Welcome to another video on my Raspberry Pi 1 running Raspbian Linux and with a breadboard full of electronics, with most importantly right now an analog digital converter with hidden between the probes and the wires an LDC, light dependent resistor, and another one. This one is from fischertechnik, this one is just some electronic piece, and last time it turned out that they don't have the same characteristics. Now, during all the preparation I did introducing also an oscilloscope, and if you watch my other videos, this may come as no surprise. But during the setup, the Raspberry Pi camera went into buffering, and it's not doing anything anymore, and the problem is now that the resources are so heavy, like it happened the last time, that it is holding everything. And the only thing I can do is either reboot the whole thing or wait until some process is cleared up. Now what I can try to do is open a network stream again and make it attempt to get it all running, and in the meantime getting these cameras, but that is hardly any doing. Well, showing that this probe is for the yellow line on the scope and this probe is for the blue line on the scope, but with this hanging around, that hardly anything that I can do. Well, of course this might show something, but it doesn't. And now you can get this, so clear, close. This is only a receiver from this, and I can't even do here anything, so I'm quite stuck. And also the pulse width modulation here with this LED, and now they come back to life, kind of. They start burning anyway, and off again. I do not know if that is just a coincidence, but I don't like it. So next thing I want to do is to quit using the Raspberry Pi cam for now, but I can't, because this is still active. This won't respond, and that's about it. It's completely stuck. So let's see, whenever things hold on and go on. And this is a clear oops, by the way. I will try to get rid of the VLC player. Well, yeah, closing it because it has no use now. Another thing is that for the Raspberry Pi I always keep a serial connection open, but even that I pressed enter and it doesn't do a thing. So it is really completely stuck. And the question is, what will happen if I disconnect from a serial terminal? Well, right now I think I should not do that. I can't even safely reboot it, and whenever you reboot a Linux or Unix system, do it safely. And right now there's absolutely no guarantee that that will be a good action, or with a good result, let me put it that way. Ah, look at that. Alright. This is very good. Broken pipe, I don't care. I say Ctrl C. Yes, alright. Nothing wrong with this. So now, it took quite a long time to break. It also says broken pipe to a stream. I don't mind. This is what I care about. Now it has a value. The pulse width modulation is going strong, as you can see. This LED is blinking, this LED is blinking, fine. What I want to do now is blocking the LDR here, the fischertechnik LDR, then blocking this one, and you can see the difference between, oh, I hope to see a clear difference, but now where do my signals go? Actually this one is connected to the mass, to the ground, so will this give a different view? And maybe I should connect this one here. Well, it gives some distortion because more than a real signal I can't call it. And this gives absolutely nothing, so it must be distortion. A disturbance in the force. Really. But since this one doesn't do anything, let me release the second probe. Right, so that has no effect. The scope is rather new, and unfortunately the SPI function doesn't work anymore, and that is too bad, because this ADC, analog digital converter, functions using SPI, so I can't measure that anymore. What I can do is is changing this setup using switches. The question is, how should I do that? Most probably by setting them either serial or parallel, and I think parallel would be the better choice. Putting resistors parallel divides it, the total resistance, but if you use switches, what effect do you get? Well, of course, disabling one or the other. So instead of series, let's do that. See whatever happens and whatever we can measure. That's also the question. Another point is, of course, I want to do an analog measurement and a digital measurement in that case. So let's do that. Alright, so what is the plan? To move this wire once to the back again, then put one wire between here and, if it lets me, let's say here, and then again, if it lets me, or do I have very short jump wires? Yes, I do. So I take this one out. Because I have this type of jump wire. So this one goes, oops, right in here, and then I find I have a little problem, because the distance of these wires is too big to put in here. So how to proceed? That's a very good question. I have to go into the breadth instead of into the length. And I also have to accommodate these wires to be used. So if this isn't working, and these lines here now are both mass, ground, and these have to stick in there. So that's a good one. This one should go there in here then. It can't go any further because this is the last lane it is in, and this is ground. So let me put this one in here, and this one in here. That doesn't matter, this is the same lane. But now I have a I think it could just work if I put this one in here. Oops. And put this wire just in here. It's a bit narrow, but it might work. No space left. So now if we look at this window, what happens when I hold my finger on it? There's nothing. I press my finger, it goes down. I press this and it goes down, but not for long. Yes. This one, the furthest one, gives lowest values, now very high. This is in the 10 range, and this is in the very low range, but I have to press really hard. So from this you can also see that they are very different LDRs. And now they are doing nothing, like not receiving anything either. Yeah, that's a nice one. And while preparing for the next action, suddenly I noticed that it has apparently completely reset and restarted again. So why it does that, I have no idea. I just know it does. So if I look at the 2460, what does it do now? See, it has a different process ID. So I need to kill this one. Then start again with high resolution. And that's it. So for some reason, once again, no, I want more space, so I have to I want to shrink this. And it is a bit odd as well, because as far as I know, the programs were still written. So what I have to do now is go here and start everything again. There it goes. Alright, hopefully it will stay running. Another thing is that I quit using two channels. I'm only using this one now, and what I've done is to what I want to do is connect the probe for the yellow line to the same line as the signal is connected to the converter. So I have put a piece of staple here, it is just a metal wire now, and you can see on the scope what happens. Now what I like to know is what happens if I press either of those buttons and see what happens here and see what happens here. So let's go. Oh, and this is not very nice because this is a rather sharp point and the button is next to it. Pressing the button and on the other side pressing the button. Why does that go wrong in any way? Right, what happens when I press both? There's another thing that I expected to be, because on this side it is analog, on this side it is digital. So here I expect some analog findings, and I suspect that that the scope setting is wrong for this experiment. So I need to figure that out, because there are different values. Why is it 0? Why is everything 0 now? That doesn't make any sense. Now it goes. Come on. Yes, that's the works. And that's the works. Alright. While preparing things and setting the oscilloscope, the Raspberry Pi rebooted once again. So this is everything what was working. The question is, of course, why does it reboot? Apparently something has gone unstable, but in the meantime no, here the value has gone 0 for some reason. It reads nothing anymore. The pulse modulation works, so there's no problem. Now the readings come back. That's interesting. So that means that it takes a little while before things actually happen. That's very interesting to notice. Right. Another thing is that with the analog multimeter, and I've tried to put it on a separate camera, but that hasn't worked out. So let me do it for now this way. there it goes again with 0 values, which is not supposed to happen. I hope that this is not a fallback of another reboot. Anyway, I've put it with those values into ohms setting. So I want to know if that is really the case, but so far I don't see anything. So what happens if I say, alright, I want to use kilo ohms, I put it to kilo ohms, does it do anything then? Oh yes, definitely. But once again, those are 0 values. What is it here? And those are 0 values. Now I put a 12. So what is it here then? And once again 0 values. Oh, that's remarkable. When I put the probe on it, it goes to 0. Remove the probe, it is 12. This is remarkable. So what is 12? Is that 100? Is that 1K2? 1200 ohms? Because when I do this, no, it is at 300 ohms. Not even 300. It is at some 240 ohms. So what happens when I press it here and measure here? Nothing. It's 2. So these are different values. But it's very remarkable that the reading goes to 0 whenever I touch the probe. Absolutely remarkable. So what happens when I don't use this multimeter but I use the oscilloscope? So I am hooking up here and press. It doesn't go to 0. And then carefully putting it on this one, and once again I'm obstructing the camera. I shouldn't do that. Right, I have to find an explanation for this. And currently I do not have one. What is the matter? And there it goes again. Yet another reboot. So within a matter of seconds this screen goes poof. Not good. Alright, final part of this video, that will be a short one. The whole thing has just rebooted for a fourth time, so actually that's about it. Not sure what is going on, if it is the Raspberry Pi or just Linux. You can see for yourself what is happening. Probe is disconnected for now, and yeah, I'm not sure what the consequences will be. What I did, major things, of course. I redid this part of the circuit, putting the LDRs parallel with switches, finding out that whatever I probe is not really visible on the scope, wrong setting. Then if this points out, the value goes 0 and vice versa. When I probe here, this goes 0 or reboots or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't go as intended. So thank you for watching. If you like this video with all upsies, etc., please subscribe to my channel, or you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Please donate to keep the videos coming. And for more information on donating and lots of other stuff, see my website. And this is going to be continued. And these values make no sense either. Anyway, that's for next time. Bye bye.